Welcome to TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslidge. A new air carrier is coming to Cleveland Hopkins International Airport, promising low-cost access to Europe.
So I'm the founder and CEO of WOW Air, and we're thrilled to be announcing Cleveland now as our newest destination in North America.
Starting in May, WOW Air will be offering low-cost flights to Europe via Iceland. Airport Director Robert Kennedy says the young airline is good.
WOW has been around for 5 years. They got the youngest fleet in the entire globe on airlines. They're taking more aircraft next year. They will announce other cities. But the opportunity here in Cleveland is high potential for them, high potential. We've met with their leadership, we've met with their planning people, very young, dynamic, and energetic, and they're energetic about Cleveland.
At the announcement, Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson welcomed WOW Air and acknowledged the new level of convenience this airline brings.
Today's announcement is really another tool that we will have that will make Cleveland not only a destination, but also a place where businesses will want to be because of the convenience that this announcement will provide for the business as well as tourists and things like that.
Director Kennedy says the arrival of WOW Air fills a long vacant void at the airport.
Giving us a direct connection to Europe with a low-cost carrier over Reykjavik, Iceland. Gives them the opportunity to go fly direct from here to Iceland and experience Iceland. And it's a low-cost carrier, which, as I often say to people, Cleveland is a marketplace that supports good service and low fares.
For more information on WOW Air, visit their website at wowair.us. A new kidney dialysis center has opened up in the west side of Cleveland. Here's more from reporter Dan Monroe, who was at the grand opening.
The new Fresenius Kidney Center, also known as the Farnsworth Center, opened its doors to their patients and the community at their new location on West 25th Street. Clinic manager Tammy Walters spoke to me about the new improvements people will notice at the facility.
The patients now have new state-of-the-art chairs that have heat, vibrate, and mechanical recline, and also back to the upright position. They have 32-inch TVs to watch instead of little Etch-a-Sketch boxes, so that's more variety for them. They have one floor. They don't have to go up an elevator to get to the treatment area. They have a carport outside to protect themselves from rain. I mean, the facility has state-of-the-art brand new machines, water system that is there to protect the patients.
Ward 14 Councilman Brian Cummins says he's excited for the new clinic to open.
Here we're really excited for the move to such a wonderful state-of-the-art facility. The whole water system, I keep telling people, just blows my mind in terms of the investment that's been made in that, and we're just thrilled.
Kevin Schmatzer, Cleveland's executive for small business development, spoke on behalf of Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson, who was unable to attend. Schmatzer relayed the mayor's congratulations to the crowd.
What an amazing facility this is. This represents a great partnership with Fresenius, Metro Health, and the Cleveland Clinic. And it looks like a lot of people put some very well thought into this facility to represent the partnership that has happened over the past 20 years and looking forward to the future for another 20 years. That has really helped a lot of people, Cleveland residents, Northeast Ohioans, provide the quality care that they need for some of their renal issues that they have.
Edward Vernon is a patient at the center, and he told me he can't wait to start going to the new clinic. He says this place is, quote, exciting.
It's much larger. It's more spacious, of course. These lovely reclining chairs with heat massage and vibration, and I mean, come on, you recline back. Come on, this is state of the art. You know, before the techs had to put, let us back. Pull the chair, hit the button, and it'll come up. Now you just do it yourself, go back as far as I want. I mean, this is awesome.
For more information, visit the Fresenius Kidney Care website at freseniuskidneycare.com. For TV20, I'm Dan Monroe.
The third and final Asphalt Cinema of 2017 took place at Impant Park in the city's West Park neighborhood. Along with the family-friendly movie, police officers from the 1st District hosted a safety fair.
This is an official safety fair where all the public safety components come out. You have the mounted unit, you have the motorcycle unit, the Division of Fire is here, Division of EMS. For us, it's an important event for 2 reasons. First of all, it gets my officers out of their zone cars to talk to people informally. There's too many times when people see the police, it's for a crime committed or a quality of life issue. For me, it's very important that we form those partnerships with our community. And second of all, it gives us an opportunity to talk to our citizens in an informal setting about just general neighborhood issues. Community engagement is very important, especially for the younger generations. They need to see us as role models, but also as human beings. You know, we can't just be police officers. We need to be friends. We need to be mentors to the younger generation. Our #1 priority is to engage the community. We need to be out and about. They need to see us. They need to talk to us in a formal and informal setting.
Mayor Frank Jackson attended the event and told us why it's important to have safety forces involved.
You have to develop relationships. Public safety and citizens who live in communities have to have a good relationship if you want a good outcome in terms of quality of life. Anytime you bring the community together and they're responding with that relationship, you're always going to have a better quality of life. In this particular event, they'll show a movie. And as you can see, it has quite a good following, and people enjoy it. They'll enjoy it.
Ward 17 Councilman Marty Keene says the police are a part of the community just like the rest of us, and thanked everyone that helped put on the fair.
You gotta feel safe when you're at your park, you gotta feel safe when you're at home. These are the men and women that keep us safe. So to bring them together in a day like this, to eat ice cream, watch a movie, it's just who we are as a city, and it's important to embrace much more often than we do. Because that's building the bridges and the trust that we all need to live in a safe and vibrant community. And special thanks to Commander Dan Fay of the 1st District, to Mayor Jackson for allowing the resources here on this Friday in West Park. And the partners that come together, West Denison Baseball, the Y, our business community, all pitch in to put on a good event. And it is just really good for most people are walking. You can see them walking up to the park to watch a movie on a Friday night, so it's something special.
Mayor Frank Jackson met with the Black History Month Scholarship Award winners at an event in the Mayor's Red Room at City Hall. Shelley Shockley is a member of Cleveland's Black History Month Committee and spoke to us about the scholarships.
We had 5 scholarships that were given away. Each student writes an essay, and this year they had to write an essay on a Clevelander. And we had 5 recipients who were selected. We've done this for the last 4 years. With the funds that we raised during the month of Black History, we ensure that we give back to the city of Cleveland and back to our youth by helping them to attain a higher education.
Mayor Jackson posed for photos with the winners in his office and then gave them some sound advice.
Our goal and our wish and our ambition is that you are successful. That means that when it gets hard, you can't come home whining and crying. It means you got to suck it up. All right? And because I will tell you that the system always is not set up for you. And it's going to be challenging for you.
Scholarship winner Brendan Harvey is excited to win the scholarship and can't wait to start the next chapter of his life at college.
Getting these achievements are definitely something that I'm excited about to pursue school with, because I've got this support from, people like the mayor and, the CEO of my school district. So getting support from these great people in our community really excites me to start my education.
Elia Bolden says that winning the scholarship is proof that hard work and determination really do pay off.
Yeah, it was really rewarding knowing that I worked hard to try to receive the scholarship, and then actually got picked and was able to come here and share these other experiences with all these other people, and sit in this room and meet all these great people and also the mayor. So it was very rewarding.
The construction crews were working hard at the corner of West 116th and Clifton in Cleveland's Edgewater neighborhood to keep a deadline for an April 1st grand opening for the new Lucky's Market. Ward 15 Councilman Matt Zone says this project took a long time to get started because he wanted to make sure the community was all in.
It was a long road to get here. I mean, there were a lot of bumps along the way, and it took a while to get us to this point where the community now can warmly embrace it and have ownership in it. But that's what I'm most thankful, because we went through an 18-month planning process. We had hundreds and hundreds of people participate in the dialogue and build consensus, so the community, they really feel like they have ownership in this project.
Mayor Frank Jackson told the crowd at the groundbreaking that he is happy to see development finally taking place on this site.
Every year I come to this neighborhood and I walk the neighborhood with the residents, and every time we would wind up at this spot and have a conversation about what would happen here. So it is a good thing to see this moving ahead, the resolution of conflicting opinions about various things, but again, the process that wound up drawing a conclusion as to what should happen and then moving ahead on it. This grocery store Lucky, this mixed-use development, the housing, the commercial building, the grocery store, all these things are part of how do you provide amenities to neighborhoods.
Lucky's Market was founded in Boulder, Colorado in 2003, and its mission is to be completely focused on the community it serves, says Joseph Cummins, Vice President of New Store Operations.
We really like to partner with the community. Our founders, Bo and Trish Sharon, really attribute the success of our company to the neighborhood, and we picked a very similar neighborhood here as our first store. And so we have a lot of giving programs. 10% of our private label profit goes right back into the community. So anytime anybody buys anything that's Lucky's brand, you know that you're doing good for the community.
So we have a grocery store here that is going to hire local. You have a grocery store that's going to buy their products local. They don't want to buy their products outside of a 100-mile radius. So they're looking locally in the Cleveland market to who are those vendors who sell fruits and vegetables, poultry, fish, the other type of product. And when you spend those dollars in the community local, hire people who work in those communities, those dollars circulate 3, 4, 5 times, and that's how you create true wealth in our neighborhoods.
Lucky's Market will be adding 110 positions at their location. Look for a job fair for the store sometime in February. For more information, visit their website at luckysmarket.com. Meanwhile, in a different part of Councilman Zone's Ward 15, another groundbreaking took place. It's a new apartment complex in Cleveland's Eco Village called Aspen Place. Eco Village is located in the Detroit Shoreway neighborhood at West 65th and Lorraine.
Eco Village was a project that was started in the late 90s, and it's a model for sustainable development in an urban neighborhood in an existing context. A lot of the eco villages we hear about are more new construction further out in the suburbs, and they're all they don't represent the majority of the cities that we have. So we wanted to be a demonstration of how you can be sustainable within an existing neighborhood, an existing urban context.
Aspen Place will bring low-cost housing to the Detroit Shoreway neighborhood, located right near the West 65th RTA station, and it's the location that's key, says Councilman Zone.
You know, we're building high-quality, transit-oriented development housing right across the street from one of the largest rec centers on the west side of Cleveland. And when you want to create real economic mobility and opportunities for people, they want to be close to access of public transportation. There, right behind me is a rapid station. There's the 22 bus line runs on Lorraine Avenue, so people can get to and from work or to doctor's appointments, but also they have recreational amenities right across the street.
Aspen Place will be full of amenities designed for any family.
Aspen Place is an affordable housing development. So on this site, we'll be building a 3-story building that will house 40 units of new affordable housing for families. So within the building, we'll also have community room, indoor bike storage, community gardens in the back, as well as a nice little commercial space on the corner. So we're really excited. We're also partnering with RTA to provide free bus and transit passes to every household in the building.
And yes, you heard that correctly. Free monthly bus and transit passes for those living in Aspen Place, and Councilman Zone couldn't be more excited about the incentive.
We partnered with RTA, and they were kind enough that they're giving us a monthly bus pass. So each unit, we're going to have 40 units. Each household will have a free monthly bus pass that they can use to take either the rapid line or any of the bus stations, and that's keeping more disposable income in their pockets. Plus, the people who are qualified to live in here are some of our most needy. So this is just another way we can keep more of their disposable income in their pocket so they can buy it on goods and services to meet their needs of their family.
For more information on the Aspen Place development, visit Detroit Shoreway's website at dscdo.org. Jumpstart Inc., the nonprofit headquartered in Cleveland, hosted their 3rd annual Startup Scale Up in Gordon Square. The festival-style event brought together local entrepreneurs and small business owners.
And it's an opportunity to celebrate incredible entrepreneurs who live in Greater Cleveland, but also to provide opportunities for them to get informed about new ideas, new trends, but also for entrepreneurs to learn from each other. So when we envisioned Startup Scale Up, we wanted it to be a community festival event atmosphere, and there's only a handful of neighborhoods in the city of Cleveland that can really accommodate a couple thousand people and multiple ongoing simultaneous venues, and Gordon Square has been the perfect neighborhood for us. Not only do we have great restaurants and bars that we're convening at, but we also have these incredible theaters in just such a small, convenient neighborhood.
Much like the event, Jumpstart Inc. aims to unlock the growth of entrepreneurs and help transform our economy.
So we work with startups, small businesses, and what we call scale-up companies to create jobs and economic opportunity in Cleveland. So Jumpstart's super blessed by having a whole range of partnerships, including with the city of Cleveland. We're very intensively working in neighborhoods all across the city currently, but we also have partnerships with Cuyahoga County, the state of Ohio, the federal government, but also the private sector and local philanthropy like the Cleveland Foundation, the Fund for Economic Future, the Gun Foundation, and many, many others here in the region who accelerate our work working with small businesses.
Panelist Kate Volzer told us about her experience with Jumpstart and speaking at the day-long program.
What's really been interesting about working with Jumpstart specifically is some of the money that they use to invest and run their business does come from the state. And so it's been really, so I lived in Illinois actually for 9 months, or not 9 months, 9 years before moving back here. And we didn't really have that there. And so finding a state, coming home to my home state and feeling welcomed and finding an entrepreneurial ecosystem also backed by the state and investors locally was really probably one of the largest decision points about coming home. So the panel I was on was about finding strategic capital, and it was kind of different types of investors from angel to venture. And the questions that we got were from early stage, so how do you get your first investors after bootstrapping, to what are the best ways to get connected to resources here in Cleveland to help get that company off of the ground, to scaling a business. So I think that I hope that the crowd learned a lot. It was fun for me sitting up there, being able to give some feedback from, I guess, the smaller amount of time that I've been the CEO of a company.
If you would like to find out about additional programs and resources, visit jumpstartinc.org and startupscaleup.org. We'll be right back with more TV20 News.
Everywhere that we go, he makes people laugh and makes people smile, and I feel like I have that quality.
He's the one who always takes me fishing. I watch golf with him. And
I watch him cook, because when I grow up, I want to be a cook too.
We have the same faces like this.
Dad is the one, when you fall, that picks you up.
That unconditional sense of presence and reassurance is really what makes him my father.
Welcome back to TV20 News. The sights and sounds of Puerto Rico filled Cleveland's west side for the 49th annual Puerto Rican Day Parade, and TV20's Enrique Correa was along the parade route and has more on this festive celebration.
We're here at the 49th Annual Puerto Rican Day Parade, and you can see the thousands of people here on Clark Street. Everyone's having a great time, right? Woo!
Qué bonita bandera, qué bonita bandera, qué bonita bandera, la bandera puertorriqueña.
Puerto Rican heritage was everywhere as people proudly waved their red, white, and blue flags. There were lots and lots of floats and people showing their Puerto Rican pride.
I think it's an amazing opportunity to represent my culture and where me and my family are from.
As you can see, thousands lined the streets. People looked out their windows while others were in their cars as they celebrated the parade.
Oh man, there were people lined up on both sides of the streets celebrating and having an excellent time. I brought my wife out to walk with us today.
All right. Yeah. And now do you feel like you're Puerto Rican now?
Man, I'm Puerto Rican now. I'm ready to go, right? So I'm ready to celebrate, kick this thing off, and let's have a good time.
I'm really excited that it's here on Clark Street, kicking off at Clark School, going past Walton School, Marin School, Bueller School. These are all where my Puerto Rican and Hispanic community live and work and play. I think it's really exciting that we're celebrating right in our neighborhood.
In years past, the Puerto Rican parade traveled on the streets of downtown Cleveland, but this year the parade is back on the city's west side. The parade was dedicated to 3 individuals who were pillars in the Hispanic community. Organizers say it was a wonderful day.
I feel great. I feel we accomplished what we wanted to accomplish and bringing it back into the community and having the community here, everybody enjoying it. You know, our seniors who sometimes can't come out to downtown to see the parade, and we had everybody here today. So
this was such a great parade. I can't wait till next year's, which will be the 50th. In Tremont, I'm Enrique Correa, TV20. We are Cleveland.
Thanks, Enrique. It was a galactic show unlike anything we've seen, and so we sent reporter Dan Monroe to Edgewater Park to get the people's reactions as they watched the solar eclipse of 2017.
Cameras, telescopes, and even heads were all looking towards the heavens as a partial solar eclipse took over the skies above Cleveland. And everyone I spoke to was just in awe of what they were seeing.
Once you look through a telescope and you see the eclipse, it's just, you understand it. But I mean, we're not the totality area, but it's still awesome to see 83%.
Nancy Whistler says the best part of the eclipse is seeing other people's reactions.
And I love to watch people go wow, and they get so excited because most people have never even looked through a telescope. And I know every time I look through my telescope, I get that wow and that excitement as if I'm doing it for the first time.
Alayla Bond had a few words come to her mind when she viewed the eclipse.
History, beautiful, once in a lifetime. I'm just glad I'm allowed to be able to see it.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No, never, never. I'm so excited. I'm like kind of nervous a little bit too, like I don't know what I was expecting, I don't know what I was gonna see.
Besides the adults, it was the kids who had an awesome experience viewing the eclipse.
It was like, you got these cool sunglasses. You just look up at the sun without being blinded. You just see the moon moving around. It's absorbing in outer space.
What did it look like?
It looked like a crisp turning over and over and over again.
Adam Pakeltis is a young scientist in the making, and he talked to me about what he observed during the eclipse.
I noticed that the lightness, like the daylight time, well, not daylight time, but you know what I mean, lightness changes, and also in the temperature seems to drop a little bit.
Hold on to those stylish cardboard solar glasses, because in 2024, just 7 years from now, Cleveland will experience a total solar eclipse. And you can bet that I'll be at Edgewater Park with all of you enjoying it. For TV20, I'm Dan Monroe.
Thanks, Dan. The Cleveland Metro Park Zoo will soon have a new multi-million-dollar Asian exhibit to house some unique animals. TV20's Enrique Correa was at the zoo and has more on the story. Plus, he'll tell us about a few new additions to the zoo family.
Cleveland Metro Parks officially broke ground recently on the $4.5 million Asian Highlands exhibit. The art exhibit will provide these animals with an enhanced habitat, plus give attendees a more engaging experience.
We're very excited about this because it's going to be a new home for our snow leopard group, our red panda group, our Amur leopard, and a new species for us, Asian takin. And And we're going to include some really exciting design elements that create activity, opportunities for the animals to roam, much bigger spaces for all of the animals, and create a very dynamic guest experience, including overhead tunnels where the snow leopards and the Amur leopard can get above the public. Well, what this exhibit will do will allow us to continue to exhibit animals and make people feel excited about that, and use that exciting animal experience to leverage a conversation about conservation, to talk about how important it is to protect these animals. Scientists think that there's fewer than 100 Amur leopard left in the wild. So being able to tell that story and being able to engage public in a positive way, in an exciting way that inspires hope, is really important for us.
The zoo has been busy with baby announcements lately. The red pandas recently gave birth to a pair of male panda cubs on June 20th. Then on August 6th, the zoo welcomed the birth of this baby giraffe that was born 6 feet tall and weighed 160 pounds. The unnamed baby giraffe stood next to his mother and got some tender loving care. As you can see here, the mother giraffe is very playful and quite hungry. The zoo's animal curator says the young calf is still adapting to his surroundings.
It's the second day out here, and he's standing very sentinel, making observations, checking everything out, keeping watch. You can see he's standing up on a hill. You know, giraffes are tall. They like to be tall, and they like to see everything and survey everything. And he's doing everything that you expect a giraffe to do, keeping watch and paying attention to any hazards that may be out there.
So get ready, because the Asian Highlands exhibit will be opening in the summer of 2018, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. At the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo, I'm Enrique Correa, TV20. We are Cleveland.
It's known as one of the biggest and longest celebrations in the city of Cleveland. It's the Feast of the Assumption, and we sent Dan Monroe to Little Italy to report on the festivities.
Leah, for the past 118 years, the parish of Holy Rosary has celebrated the Catholic Holy Day of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary into heaven with a 4-day-long celebration known as the Feast of the Assumption.
As I spoke with the people at this year's Feast of the Assumption, it was obvious there were two things that were important to them: family and tradition.
It is the most important day of the year for not only Little Italy, but all of the parishioners of Holy Rosary, in honor of our immigrant parents and grandparents that have passed before us. It's a very, very important day.
But we would always, follow the statue and the crowd and bring the money, and it was just fabulous. I loved it. It was just, I can't imagine not doing this as a child. It's so important for these children to learn. I can bring back so many good memories, childhood memories, meeting all of my godfather's family and, all of the boys, so to speak, and history we had. It was just so religious, and the upbringing was fantastic. How we learned about the Catholic Mass and everything coming here. It was just a community of family, familia.
After the church services are completed, the party continues into the streets of Mayfield with some great music and some of the best food you've ever eaten. Well, one thing I want to talk about now is the food. What is it about Little Italy that keeps people coming back for more?
It's authentic and delicious, and you get really big portions, so you never leave hungry.
What's your favorite type of food to eat when you're not in Little Italy?
The pizza. Yeah.
Well, you're not having pizza right now, are you?
No, because I haven't had octopus in a long time, and I saw it, and I figured this is what I want.
The Feast of the Assumption is just one of many great events here that bring together family, tradition, and culture all here in Little Italy. If you've never been down here, I encourage you to come check it out. This truly is a gem of Cleveland. At the Feast of the Assumption in Little Italy for TV20, I'm Dan Monroe.
Ever want to spend a night at the famous A Christmas Story house? Well, and now is your chance to sleep in Ralphie and Randy's old room and experience some of the movie magic. Enrique Correa visited the legendary Christmas house in Tremont and has more.
How you doing? We're at the A Christmas Story house, and I'm with General Manager Kimberly Riffle. And Kimberly, how's it going so far now that people can stay here?
It's wonderful. The response is overwhelming. They love to come and see the house, to stay in it, and to make memories with their family.
And this is the original kitchen where they filmed the movie, right?
Yes, it is.
It's amazing how you kept it
looking just like the movie.
Well, we didn't keep it looking like that. Our owner, Brian Jones, had the house redone to make it look like it was on the movie set.
It's amazing. And you know what? Let's go take a tour.
Okay, let's go. People had said we want to stay at the house. And we always thought, no. And then we thought, people want to. Let's let them do it. Live out their dream. Come in here, have fun, and build memories.
Once you've arrived at the 3-story house on West 11th, you'll check in at the gift shop. Then you can start building your Christmas story house memories. While touring the house, you'll notice all the memorabilia from the 1983 Christmas classic. Of course, there are pictures of Ralphie, Randy, Mom, and who can forget the old man. There's the famous leg lamp, which is a fan favorite, but remember not to knock it over because it's fragile. On the second floor, you can experience Ralphie and Randy's room with all the Red Ryder books and posters, and we can't forget the Daisy Red Ryder BB gun.
So when you spend the night at the A Christmas Story House, you actually spend it behind these locked doors, and they only open once all the tours are gone. But today, you get to take a look. Let's go.
There's a private entrance, so you have your own entrance. You don't have to be disturbed by anyone in the house. You won't disturb any tours going on. You've got a full kitchen. If you choose to make a turkey, meatloaf, you can feel free to do that. You come up the stairs. There is a beautiful bathroom. We've got a living room that has all the Christmas Story movies, Christmas Story Monopoly, Tic-Tac-Toe, Yahtzee, all the games that we have, and then you have a wonderful bedroom as well. They come in, they watch the movies, they race downstairs, they check out the scenes, they put on the hats, they crawl under the sink, they wash their mouth out with soap and Dakota's Secret Message, everything that they always wanted to do in the movie. The owner, when he had built the house, knew that he'd been in Cleveland quite a bit, and he decided he wanted to stay in his house when he was in town, so the loft was his own private area. Then demand came, and we answered it.
So if you're thinking about staying here at the A Christmas Story House, they're already booked up for the year. So go online at achristmasstoryhouse.com and see if they have any available reservations. In Tremont, I'm Enrique Correa, TV20, we are Cleveland.
I love A Christmas Story House, always such a good time. Well, thank you for watching TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslage. Up next, we'll have Christian Patterson with the Inside Sports Report.